Hey, yo, peace, everybody. This is J.DePina with J.DePina's producer series. And today, I got my man, C. Lance in the building. One of the hottest working producers, man. Like, bro, I'm going to stop. Yo, bro, let me just stop with this. In 2021, every month you dropped a beat tape.
Yep. Every month. And I remember I was waiting for those. Like, at work, I could wear my headphones.
Yeah. And every month I was like, yo, what's the next one? And you had like, you were sampling records from different countries, correct?
Right. Yeah. Every month was a different country.
Bro.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun, man. I got to go back to doing that. But yeah, like basically to sum it up, like I dropped one in 2020. It was all Japan samples. Mm-hmm. And it did like very well. Like a lot of fans would hit me up. And then I was like, you know what? I should do this every month, but a different country. And for the first Japan one, I made so many beats that in 2021, the first one was Japan again.
Yeah.
Because I had so many. And then and I mean, dude, like Japan records, I mean, the whole thing is just samples.
Everything that you hear, you're like, damn, it's almost overwhelming.
Yeah, there's something about the instruments they used. It's just like,
yeah, brother.
Right, So then like, man, I forget like in what order it went, but then like the next one was like Spain, and then I did all samples from
Middle
France.
East.
Yeah, I did like Thailand, the Middle East. India was a cool one.
Yeah, that was a dope one.
That was the most difficult one because also a lot of their stuff was horrible sound quality.
And they all sound the same almost too, right?
Yeah, they had that string or that high pitched voice.
yeah.
It's all the same, but man, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that. It was and like the way that the music industry is now, like with trying to build up your Spotify, that's the way to do it, to be consistent every month. So that was also one of the main reasons why I did it. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, super dope. Yo, I literally jumped the gun, but I just wanted to give you, I literally wanted to give you props on those, because I remember I was just like, yo, man, this dude is put, like, I always say too, like, I want to put out a beat tape every month. It never happens, but just from you just for you coming with that idea of like, you know what, I'm going to drop a beat tape every month, but there's going to be, it's like you did a series, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. And it was beautiful, bro. It was dope, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
But again, man, C. Lance, you're in the building, man. And usually when I do these interviews, I always start out with like, like the beginning of C. Lance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're from Massachusetts, I believe, right?
Right. Yep.
Born and raised in Mass.
Yep.
All right. So like, what were you doing as a kid, man? What were you doing as a youngin' growing up in Mass?
Man, I was like me. I have an older brother, and our whole life growing up was just baseball, playing baseball, and hockey, and those are the only two sports we played. But it was pretty much just I wasn't even like into music as a kid, really. Like I hated going to like music class. Like how we had music class.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I just hated going to it. And then and like I hated art class, and like this is the stuff I love now. But, like I just played baseball. Like, I mean, we watched wrestling. That was like our thing, playing Nintendo 64. That was like my life.
Yeah.
And then, so that's what I did as a kid. And then like I didn't even start liking, music until high school.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That late, bro, huh?
That late. And like, it's funny. I was just talking to Stu the other day about that. How like, he grew up on like Cool G Rap and all those guys.
Right. Yeah.
As much as I respect that era, and like obviously they're like those guys are goats, but
legends.
I I just came up on a different era. Like I came up on the Eminems, the 50s. Like that's the era I grew up on. So that's when I got into hip hop. But obviously, like I know Cool G Rap, Big Pun, like
of course,
you know,
yeah, the legends in the game, yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, man, as a kid, not much music at all. Just
sports.
It was sports, video games. I mean, that's what I was all about.
Right. That's dope, man. Hey, you know what? We all grow up differently, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, me and Stu were talking. Well, you're younger than us, aren't you? Like, I don't want to throw my old age out. And I'm not saying like you look, but you're like, I was like, yo, you're in your 30? You're like in the, like,
yeah, I just turned 35 in July.
Wow, bro, man. Listen, from when I hear you, all right, I'm gonna be 47 soon. When I hear you and hear the music, and I'm like, oh yeah, this dude's been, you know, he's got to be a 70s baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But bro, because you bring that feel of like what I grew up with. You know what I mean? That grind, that dirt, that early 90s, mid 90s, that mid 90s science. So like, I appreciate that you keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? As, as being like, you know, 12, 13 years younger. You know what I mean? A lot of producers that are from like, you know, 20 to 30, 35, you know, they're doing whatever's the norm.
Yeah, like the trap stuff.
Right. Yeah. But you're doing your thing, brother, man, and I could tell you love hip hop, and you did your homework, brother. You did your homework. That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of. I mean, like I said, when I got into high school, and that's like when I met my best friend Brian too, who he was already listening to like Jedi Mind Tricks and Gangstar.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting in I remember he had a bright red Mustang. we drove around in high school thinking we were the coolest kids with our windows down.
Right.
And I think he put on one of the Mobb Deep records. I forget what it was, but he's just started showing me Mobb Deep, Jedi Mind, Dilated Peoples. And I was like, yo, what is this? But then like my mind, I don't know what it was back then, but my ears and my mind just quickly went to the beat part of it.
Absolutely.
Like I wasn't even listening to what Havoc and Prodigy was saying.
Right.
You know, like or what Evidence and Vinny Paz were saying. I wasn't even. I was focused on. I was like, what is this in the background that they're rapping on?
Right.
Because like obviously I heard hip hop on the radio and stuff as a kid, but not that kind. Like not an Alchemist beat or a Stoop beat. Like when I heard JMT for the first time, I was like, I've never heard anything like this.
Right. That classical, like over some boom bap drums. You were like, whoa, yeah.
I was like, what is this? And then like for anyone listening to this who's familiar with Jedi Mind Tricks beats, you know, Stoop, it's like his stuff is just
amazing.
It's out of this world. Like this is like a side note, but one thing that I've always noticed about him that's like really, really interesting, his beats sound faster than the actual BPM, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. The beat could be at like 90, say it's like 88 BPM, but I think, you know what it is? I think it's the sample that's kind of doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And the drums are just some boom bap, boom. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was like high school when I started getting into it.
Dope, man. And so in high school, is that when you started making beats? Is it like when you started making beats?
So no, not even. Yeah, still in high school, I wasn't even making beats.
You were just listening.
I was just listening. I was like, you know, like I said, it was just like studying Mobb Deep, Gangstar, Dilated Peoples, and Jedi Mind Tricks. It was those four groups. And it's funny how I just gravitated towards groups, like you know, one producer, one rapper, or I guess if you include the DJs, like there's three people in each group. But I just started gravitating towards like the drums and everything, and then like, you know, Eminem was like becoming big, 50 and all those guys. So I was like, then I started listening to a lot of Dre beats, and then then a lot of Timbaland beats, like because I love the stuff that he did with like Aaliyah and stuff.
Yep,
And
fire.
I was like, man. So then I started focusing on that stuff. And then, like I said, my friend Brian, who showed me everything, he got like a cracked version of FL Studio.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
this was also like, man, like I feel old saying this, but this is like right when YouTube came out. You know,
07, 06, 07, 08.
Yeah, around then, and he was showing me this video, dude. It was probably the first video that Alchemist ever uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah,
he was in some apartments sampling records
on his ASR 10.
Yep.
Yeah, I know the video, bro.
It was back when he lived in New York and he was making beats for Havoc.
Yeah,
and he was like, and I was like, he showed his vinyl player and he played a sample, and then like the video like fast forwarded to the beat, and I was like, he just turned that into that.
Right.
So then I was instantly hooked. I started just getting samples from YouTube and just and just dragging them into FL Studio, and then I just every day I was doing that. I became obsessed.
That's dope. Right.
You know? Yeah.
That's super dope. Yo, I think that video you're talking about, is that the one when he grabs the record, he's like, "Hi, I'm Alchemist." He covers his face, right?
Yep, that's it.
This is Alchemist beat. Right?
That's it. Yep.
Yo, so FL Studio was your first I'm taking it that was the first piece of equipment you were using, software.
Yeah.
I see you got some pads though now, right?
Yeah, the Machine Micro.
All right. Now, how do you feel from going from like just like a straight up software like that to some hardware? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Punching the pads, because I see you doing your thing on the pads, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that is I still use FL Studio now. It's a newer version, obviously, but
right.
That is hooked up. The Machine Micro is hooked up through FL Studio.
So okay. So you're not using the DAW that came with the.
No, it came with like a machine. No, it was like the machine, like a native instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't use any of that stuff. I never even opened it.
So you go right into FL with it. So you rock it like that's your DAW, but you're right. Yep. That's dope, man.
Yeah. And then I mean, I use all the like it came with Contact, Contact. Yeah. And it came with like a bunch of those. It came with a bunch of those libraries. Now I don't really make like, many of my own loops. I mean, all these sample makers out there sending us stuff. It's like never-ending pot of samples.
Yo, see, what's so dope is like, because like I'm doing a series with this, but I am eventually gonna do like a sound design series where I interview some of these cats, because they're doing their thing, man, and like I have a specific sound that I like. I like the grind, I like the library, the soundtrack, the soul.
Right.
And some of these guys are sending us heat, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I just saw you post Kill 'Em Default. I mean, he's ridiculous with it.
That dude is, that's my G, bro. Like me and him talk a lot.
Yeah.
He's cool as hell. He's got that London, like you talk that London accent, but he's doing his thing. And he's a young man too, man. He's younger than us, bro. And he's doing his thing. And he's doing his thing.
I was gonna say, for anyone that's watching this, and like we just shouted out Kill 'Em Default, go listen to a song me and Merkules just put out called The Title.
You're jumping, man. You're jumping ahead.
I'm just excited. I don't get to talk beats that much.
Yo, that shit is dope, bro.
That sample is insane.
Insane. That's the guitar one, right? It was insane, bro. It's so dope. So like mellow, chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask you this question a little further into the interview, but you and Merkules are doing a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? How did that come about?
So we connected in 2015, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, through Snack the Ripper.
Right. Snack. Yeah. He's dope, man. Snack.
He's also in Vancouver. So.
Yep.
My wife is Canadian, and she's from the west coast of Canada. Okay. So that's how I even knew of any of those guys.
Right.
So I connected with Merk through Snack. He was just on Twitter. He was like, it was like one day he was like, Merkules meet C Lance, and then we just started messaging each other on Facebook. But yeah, man, I mean, I pretty much produce every song he releases now.
Bro, it's like a perfect marriage though, bro.
No, it is. It really is. Yeah.
It is. It's like, you know, when you hear it, it's almost like, you know, you hear Gangstar, you hear Guru and Premier, you hear Pete Rock CL, you hear Havoc, Prodigy. You guys, it's like the perfect, like, you know what I mean? It just sounds like, okay, this is what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah. It really,
you know what I mean?
It really came together like organically too. Like we didn't force anything. And one thing that's really cool about him too is that he can do so many different styles. Like,
right.
Like we can do that thing like the title. And then like we just dropped one with Conway.
Fire.
Last week.
Fire.
But then like he can also do like the trap stuff. He can also do like the sad guitar type songs, you know.
Right.
And you know, I don't want to like blow smoke on me, but that's also like credit to me bringing all the different
absolutely yeah, so, man, you're giving them, was that the, oh, look at that cat, man. That cat is beautiful, man. Yeah. Yo, before me and C got on, man, that cat did the same thing he's doing now. Look at that beautiful thing.
I knew they were gonna make an appearance.
Yeah, he made his appearance. But yeah, man, like back to that Merkules and you, like, yeah, man, like it's dope. And I'm not gonna lie, I never heard of Merkules until I started seeing the stuff that you guys do, and I'm like, oh shit, he's dope. He's crazy dope. And you bring something out, because I heard other stuff from him that's really fire. But when I hear your guys' stuff, I'm like, yo, that's like that perfect marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
but like super dope.
I know exactly what you're saying, man. Like it definitely, and like you need to have that with a rapper. You need to have that, like, because like I'm not gonna mention any names, but there's some rappers who have said to me that like there's dudes that send them really fire beats, but they don't have that chemistry with them, so they like try to write to the beat and like nothing comes out, you know?
Nothing. No.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with you guys, man, like I hope you guys continue to like work, and that's something that's like you hear that it's like, yup, you're sending him something because you're like, I know he's gonna kill this, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful, man. Yo, see, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I got like a few more questions, man.
Oh yeah, no, I got plenty of time. This is fun.
Yeah, it is fun, man. This is like our first time like actually like speaking. Like we you know, we hit up each other with the DMs and all that, but
yeah.
But this is cool, man. I was excited about this one.
Yeah,
this is face to face first time.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got to look at this ugly ass face. But listen, yo, besides the whole music thing, what does C Lance like to do, man? You know, I know you're married. Yeah. What's beautiful I seen is that, you know, you guys purchased a home in New Hampshire recently.
Oh man, yeah. Yep.
And that was due to your hard work doing what you love.
Yeah.
When I see something like that, man, like that makes me like, wow, man, like, you know what I mean? And I remember you doing it, and I was like, I don't know how many fires or whatever I put on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I love seeing people win like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know what? I wish more people had that attitude. There's too much, like, when they see someone succeed, like, there's too much hate in the comments. Like, just because that person like hates their life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Exactly.
You know, like,
and that's all that is. See, it's people like, you know, me and Stu have this conversation almost every day. I'm like, bro, I give them the old blockola. I call it the blockola. When I see some people hating, they get this, get the hell out of my life. I don't need the negativity from you. Go be sad and go be who you are, you know, in your mom's basement, sitting there, you know, crying about your life. Yo, let people live. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, bro.
No,
like it's sad. They don't want to see people win.
No, and it's always like other beat makers too.
Oh yeah.
Like just focus on yourself. Like I don't even follow anybody that I don't want to follow. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I see your stuff all the time. Like I get inspired by you posting a beat every day. Like if I'm sitting on my ass all day and I see you post a beat, I'm just like, man, I got to go make one.
Same thing, bro.
You know,
And that's what it's
so
supposed to be. It's like it's when I see you, when I see Stu, when I see like any producer that I follow, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get downstairs, man. These guys,
yeah,
it's like a
no,
friendly game. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
shit. But no, there's sad people in this world, bro.
yeah,
Literally, see, they're sad.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
hope you guys are watching this, and then you guys are gonna unfollow me, start crying. You're sad. And some of y'all, 90% of y'all are whack.
Yeah,
Sad and whack.
yeah. It's just, man, yeah. I mean, I've never understood that attitude. Like, if you're upset with someone else being successful, then go work on it. You know, like, I just
100.
don't understand it. You know, like, I don't know. That's a
All right,
story
yeah,
for
we
another
just
day.
fell off the track because I can't stand some of these people. But yo, so on your free time, you and your wife,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
what do you guys do? You know what I mean? Besides the whole music, I know you work every day on the music,
Yeah,
but what do you
yeah.
do on your free time, brother?
Man, it hasn't changed much when I was a kid. Video games.
Hey,
um,
still Nintendo 64?
no, no.
Oh, no. All right.
Yeah, the PS5. I get the PS5, and
So
yeah, I mean, I just relax, man. Like, cause like I have like a schedule, you know, like I don't know how you do it or how anybody does it, but I like wake up and I treat it as a 9 to 5. Like
right,
I wake up and I start making beats at 9 and I'm done roughly around 4 or 5.
right.
I never work on beats at night. Like, I know that might sound weird, but I never do. That's the time that I just relax and play video games, watch Netflix or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know, man. Like, one thing I love, I'm like a foodie. So I love like going out to eat, trying new restaurants.
Same, brother.
We just recently moved up here about a year ago, so I like trying new places around here. And
how's the food in New Hampshire, bro?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, because Mass and Rhode Island, we have food.
And so one thing that's like kind of missing up here is like the Italian delis.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the have you been to the North End in Boston?
No, I've never been, man. My spot out here in Rhode Island is called the Italian Corner Deli, bro. Oh my god.
I can smell provolone, man.
I can smell provolone. Word, yo. So they're lacking out there with the Italian. The
there's not many. It's just not as like, like there's not as much as like a city, that like a Boston would have, or.
Right.
But I love it because I hate like the traffic in the city.
Oh god.
So I'm in like a small town. It's nice, man. Like, but like don't get me wrong, there is great food around here too.
Right.
But
right.
It's not as there's not as many options, I guess I'll say.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I play video games. All my friends don't really live here, so I don't, Merk's out in Vancouver. My best friend Brian, who I was mentioning, he lives in North Carolina. So, to be honest, man, I'm like a homebody. I don't even really leave.
Hey, that's how I am, man. I go to work, come home, family, come downstairs. That's like an everyday thing. Yo, listen, I got 2 more questions, and I got to upgrade. Listen, man, I'm doing like the Zoom. We're doing the Zoom thing, and I'm just using like their free thing. I could talk to you, man. This is like our first time talking, so it feels like I could talk to you for like another 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Is there like a time limit on this thing?
Yeah, man. Because I'm gonna end up upgrading this because I'm always like, yeah, we're only going to talk for like 10, 15 minutes, and it ends up being like 30. You know what I'm saying? But yo, listen, you've worked with everybody from Vinny Paz to App to Big Twin, who is one of my favorite voices in hip hop, to Evidence, who is one of my favorite producer rappers. Who's your dream collab? Like, who's somebody that you like, all right, man, I got to get this guy.
So,
or girl, whoever, who is that?
Without hesitation, Lloyd Banks.
Oh man, that's a good one. Yo, that's a really dope one. And Lloyd Banks is Fire.
I didn't even have to, like, when I heard you start the question, I didn't even have to think.
Instant.
Yeah, Lloyd Banks. I mean, he was always my favorite member of G Unit.
G Unit, right?
And just like the last 2 albums he's dropped, and like
Fire.
when he had those mixtapes that he was dropping like every like the Halloween Havocs.
Yeah, those are crazy, bro.
And like he's got there's a lot of dope rappers out there who I don't want to sound like a hater, but don't have good beats.
No, facts. Lloyd always has good beats.
Always has fire beats. Always.
And yo, you know what's funny is because I like, you know, for like, I mean, when did he drop that first one? Was like in 20? Like when he came back? When he came back with like that Griselda, like Griselda kind of like bring him back, like, yo, man, come here, you know, come to this side. But when he was rhyming on like the Derringer beats, I'm like, yeah, look, this dude he belongs on this grind, this grimy shit, you know? And then when he put out the album, I was like, oh my God. And then what was it called? That's the one when he's holding his kid's hand, right?
Yeah, oh man, I don't even remember the name. I think I just listened to it.
But it's fine. Like I listened to that album from back to, you know, I was like, yo, he's back, you know?
And then he just dropped that other one a few months ago.
Yep, fire.
Yeah. Oh,
really dope.
Yeah. So yeah, Lloyd Banks.
Lloyd Banks. All right, listen, we're gonna end it with this question right here. I'm gonna end this question with everybody I interview.
Okay.
All right. Top 5 producers that made C Lance say, or just influences, whatever. It could be whatever. What made you say, all right, you know what? I want to do what he, or that, or whatever.
Yeah.
Give me the top 5, brother.
Stoop from Jedi Mind Tricks is my number 1, always will be.
Yep.
Alchemist.
There he is.
Dr. Dre. Timbaland.
Ooh.
And 5 would probably be, so I'm going to say this name, but it's not the current day him, but like the early 2000s Kanye West.
Wow. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Listen, you're going to laugh maybe, but Kanye West, like, you know, when I was growing up, Michael Jackson he was my favorite artist, you know what I mean, in the 80s.
Right.
But like from like the 2000s, I'm not saying he's my favorite producer, not my favorite rapper, but my favorite artist is Kanye West, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He totally changed the game. As much as people hate him, and as much as people whatever, and not just that, did you watch that documentary? I'm sorry, we only got like a couple of minutes, but did you watch that documentary?
No, I didn't see it yet.
You gotta watch it, bro.
All right, I will.
It's really dope, just seeing his grind, and that's what I like. Even back in the 2000s, they would always like release little things here and there, and you see him like, or I hear stories. Like Apathy told me a crazy story one time of like how like App went to go get beats from him, and Kanye was just like, yo, listen to me rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and Apathy's like, yo, all right, yo, dope. You know what I mean? Like, with the CD in his hand, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, just like little things like that you hear, and where he's at now.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And his beats, he, you know, like in the 90s, yes, soul samples, this and that. Then it kind of died down. And then when he came back with it, it was like, and it was like his own style at that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the normal like soul boom bap. It was like, oh shit, his drums sound cool. He's putting a little clap to it. He's got some congos going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So one beat that I'll like, anyone that's watching this who maybe isn't familiar with like the early 2000s Kanye, I'll just tell you to go listen to one beat. The Truth, Beanie Siegel.
Go listen
to that beat.
Yo, fire. Yo, that's a great one right there. You want to hear like Kanye at his like, where you could tell he was hungry with the beat making? Yeah, go listen to The Truth. Yes.
Yep. Fire.
Yo, C, listen, man. I totally appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're a hard-working beat maker, bro. Like your music speaks for itself.
Thanks, man.
You know, you're my brother, man. I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, likewise, bro. Love you too.
And we're gonna keep more in contact, man. Let's talk and let's try to rock a show one day, man. You know, I've rocked with Stu.
Definitely.
I've rocked with Apollo. You're next. We got to rock, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Let me know, man. And yeah, definitely stay in touch.
No, we're gonna do that for sure, brother.
All right, thanks,
Yo,
man.
this was great, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
you, brother.
All right, peace,
All
bro.
right, peace, C.